Good morning, students. Today we are going to see Standard 7th Geography, Chapter number 11, Contour Maps and Landforms. In Standard 5th, you have gathered some information about how height and relief are shown on a map. Now, carry out the following activity on the same topic under the guidance of your teacher. Let's see what is the activity. First step. Take a large oblate-shaped potato and other required items as shown above. Scale, paper, pen, knife, potato and a pin. Next, observe how a potato appears when seen from the front and when seen from above. Draw an outline of the potato in your notebook. So as from vertical and from the horizontal way, we have to observe the potato, how it looks. This is the second step. What is the third one? This is third picture. Fourth picture. Cut the potato into two parts so that each part has a flat base. So like this, by horizontally you have to cut the potato into two equal parts. Next step is rest the cut half on its flat base and measure its height in millimeters. So with the help of your scale, you have to one part of the potato vertically, you have to measure the height in millimeters. This is the next step. This is our potato hill. The tapering side of the potato is the hilltop. So as the top which we are able to see, the top, it is known as a hilltop. Next, draw two circles each going round the hill, one near the top and the other close to the base. Keep sufficient distance between the circles. The circle near the top will be smaller. So as we have to mark and we have to draw circles on the potato. Now the teacher will slice the potato on 3 slices in 3 circles. So as shown here, we have to cut the potato into 3 circles and we should not have to separate the slices, and we have to insert a toothpick or a piece of pointed stick through the slices vertically. As you can see in this picture, the potato slices are done and here with the help of toothpick, the slices are joined. Next step. Without removing the toothpick, place the sliced potato on a piece of paper. Moving a pencil along the edges of the lowest slice, draw its outline. It will be nearly circular in shape. So as with the help of first circle, you have to put the potato into your paper, and with the help of the sketch pen or pen, you have to draw the first edge. Next, after drawing the outline, pull the toothpick upward, remove the lowest slice delicately and keep it aside. Repeat the same procedure for the other 2 slices. So as after removing the first slice, again you have to by pointing at one place only, you have to draw the another circle. Then again you have to remove one slice and again you have to draw a circle with the remaining part of the potato. So like this formation you will get. So what is this? Observe the figure that is formed after the exercise is complete. You will note that you have drawn 3 concentric circles. Write the height of the potato that you had measured earlier in the center of the innermost circle. So whatever the height you had got in inner part of the circle, you have to write that height. Measure the thickness of all the slices you have kept aside. Keep side. Give value 0 to the outermost circle. So the last circle will be of 0 to the outermost circle. How will you give the values to the other lines? So after giving value 0, the the outermost circle, the values of the other lines can be determined by measuring the thickness of each slice. The thickness of the lowest slice will determine the value of the circle immediately inside the outermost circle. The thickness of the next slice will determine the value of the next inner circle, and so on. So like this you can find out the other slices measurement. Do you think that the thickness of each slice that you have measured can help you? Yes, they will help us. After assigning values to each circle, our sketch of the potato hill will be completed. So like this you will get the information. Your potato hill will be sketched as given here. The contour line interval is 30 millimeter. Think about it. What did we achieve in this activity? We have transferred a three-dimensional object, the potato, into a two-dimensional picture. So as from this activity, a 3D potato, we had converted the 3D potato into a two-dimensional picture. In reality, it is not possible to make the slices of a mountain or any other landform and place them on paper or on the ground to draw a two-dimensional picture of that landform. For this, mathematical and survey methods are applied. You will learn about these methods if you study geography as a special subject at a later stage. So as it is not possible to put a hill or any mountain on the page and to take the measurement of the mountain. So this is the method. This is a small activity, how the measurement of a hill can be taken. How a three-dimensional picture can be converted into a two-dimensional picture. Let's see the next one. 11.1a, a model of the Earth's surface. 11.b, contour line map. A model of the relief in an area is shown in figure 11.1a. That is picture this one. Given above, observe it carefully and answer the following questions. Which landforms do you observe in the model? If you will see these two models, the landforms which can be seen in the model are mountains, valleys and rivers. Which colors have been used on them? Observe the map given in figure 11.1b and answer the following questions. So we'll see the 11.b, the contour line maps they had given. The mountains have been shown in yellow color while the area near the foot of the mountains is shown in the light green color. The rivers have been indicated by blue lines. What all do you see in the map? So, if you will observe these two maps, in the map we can see the contour lines indicating unevenness of the land. The outermost contour lines are marked with 600. Here you can see 600. While the innermost contour lines are marked with 800. This is inner part. It is denoted with the 800 meter. Also, the latitudes and longitudes associated with the place are shown alongside. Here you can see the longitudinal and latitudinal extent 73.52, 73.54, 73.56. This is latitudinal and longitudinal extent. Next, what is the general direction of the range is shown in the map? If we will see here, the general direction of the range is shown in the map is from west to east. Here the direction is given, you can see on right side. Here, from this we can come to know that is from west to east. Towards which direction is the flat land located in the map? If we will see the map again, we will get the answer that the flat land is located towards the east side of the mountain ranges. So as you can see, towards the east side, the mountain ranges are flat. What are the maximum and minimum values of the lines in the map? Here we can see 800 is maximum and minimum is 600. This is 600 and here 800. Next, what do these values indicates? So the values indicate the heights of the lowest and the highest points of the region shown in the map. Do you find any similarities in the map and the model in figure 11.1a? The model shown in the figure 11.1a and the map shown in figure 11.1b both represent the same region. This is clear from the same values of the latitude and longitude shown on the both the maps. Which figure gives us more information and what is that information? If you will see here from these two figures, we can get the contour line map gives more information than the model of the earth's surface, as the map shows mention the height of the landforms along with the latitudes and longitudes. But here only a little bit information is given in 11.1a diagram. Is there any similarities between this map and the sketch map of the Potato Hill? Yes, the similarity between the map and the sketch map of the Potato Hill is that both represent the contour line maps. Here, same this type of, as we had prepared the Potato Hill, like this only lines here they had prepared here in this 11.1b diagram. Next, let's see the geographical explanation. While studying different landforms on the surface of the earth, one has to take into consideration various facets and of landforms like altitude, relief slope, direction of the slope and the drainage. For this, maps prepared using particular methods are used. These are known as contour maps. These maps help us to understand the above characteristics of the landforms. These maps are of immense use of mountaineers, trackers, soldiers, defense officers, etc. These maps prove to be of a great use in the planning of a region too. So as the contour line maps, these are the important maps which helps us not only to the soldiers but also to the mountaineers, trackers and the defense officers to reach any place from one, or easily to move from one place to another places. And also it helps us to prepare a planning of a particularly region. Use your brain power. When one sees a landform on a contour map, what is the observer's position with respect to the landform? For example, a hill is shown with the help of contours on a map. From where do you think you are looking at it? So for this, on a contour map, the view of the landform as seen from above the landform is shown. Thus, the observer's position is from above or top of the landform. From above, we will observe the landform. Next one, 11.3a diagram, a model of the Karha River Basin, Saswad. 11.3b, a map of the Karha River Basin, Saswad. So, this is a map and this is the model of the Karha River. A 3D model is given in figure 11.3a. The northern part of the model shows the basin of the river Mula Mutha. To its south is the Katraj Devi Ghat range extending from the west to the east. Beyond that, some portion of the Karha basin is seen. Let's see Let's observe this 11.3a, a model of the Karha River Basin. That's what you can see. The Karha River Basin is there. Again, if you will see, observe this map. Here also, the blue line, from that line we can come to know that this is a river. In which direction does Port Purandar lie? Let's see where the Port Purandar lie. If you will observe here the 3D diagram, you will get the Port Purandar lies to the south of the Karha River Basin. What is the direction of flow of the river Karha? So here, if you will, again we have to move towards the map. You will take that the direction of the flow of the river Karha is from west to east. The river is moving from west to east. Next, in which parts are the hill ranges not observed? Here, if we will see from these two maps, we will get the information the hill ranges are not observed in the eastern region of the map. Here in the eastern region, the ranges are not observed. Which part of the map is not seen in the model Y? So here the Karha River Basin and the direction of the flow of the river shown in the map are not seen in the model. As you can see these two, you will get the answer. The model shows landforms of the different height but does not mention specifically about water bodies. Also, just by knowing the height of the landforms, it is not possible to guess the direction of the flow of the river. So as from this model we cannot find out the flow of the river, but from the map we can easily find out the flow of the river. In which direction does the altitude of Katrash Devi Ghat range decreases? Here the altitude of the Katrash Devi Ghat, here we can see Katrash Devi Ghat range, it decreases towards the east direction. So as it decreases towards the east direction. In which direction are higher hill ranges located? So here the higher hill ranges are located in the northwest and the southern direction. At the northwest and in the southern direction. Here you can see 600, 650, and at the height of the Purandar 600, 760, 650. Next, while finding the answers of these questions, you will become familiar with the contour lines and you will be able to identify major landforms shown by the contour lines. So as while finding the answers which I told you, you have to pause the video and you have to observe from these two maps, and also about 11.1a, 11.1b and about 11.3a and 11.3b. Whenever we are discussing about the questions, you have to pause the video and you have to observe the maps which they had given, the 3D diagram and the contour line map. Find the altitude of your place above mean sea level. You have to draw contour lines from mean sea level to your place. The interval of the contour should not be more than 50 meters. Determine how many lines you will draw for this. Friends, consider you have gone for mountaineering. You have to conquer a peak on the hill. A map of this hill is given, figure 11.4. Studying the contour lines in the map, find the side from which you will reach the peak safely and easily mark your path on the map with a pencil. So this is the contour hill and the height in meters they are given 50, 100, 150, 200, 250 and the height is 300. So this is the activity which you have to complete by yourself, which is given above. So in this way we had completed our chapter contour line maps and landforms. Complete the exercise which is given to you. read this chapter, complete that potato hill activity in your classwork, complete exercise. That's all for today. Thank you.